All right, so I'm gonna be I'm gonna be posting a lot of shit because I'm just like on 10 right now politically. So before a lot of you cocksuckers try calling me a hypocrite, saying my views aren't consistent, this is going to be a little layout of what my views are, and we can go over them. Again, I understand that my views do not perfectly fit in to one political ideology, and that's okay because I am a motherfucking human, and motherfucking humans have motherfucking diverse views unless you're a goddamn Zuckerberg robot and you just let other people decide your views for you and you're a little baby and you can't think for yourself. Then I don't want you looking at my TikToks anyway, you fuck. So I call my views actual American first. I'm seasoning a steak right now. I don't know if it'll show up on there. But you know how I do. So yeah, there you go. I'm not a vegan. I'm on the left, but I'm not a vegan. Vegans, I don't fuck with you. I'm sorry. I like steak too much. So we're going to take a look at these views here. So starting out, pro-choice. Trying to outlaw abortion is retarded. It's not going to work. It never works. But I am okay with term limits. I do not think term limits on abortion is unreasonable. I think after you're pregnant for a month or, I don't know, first trimester, whatever that is, you should know that you're pregnant and you should be well aware if you want to have a baby or not. I think if, you haven't decided at that point, then, I think that's enough time to decide if you want a baby. So I feel like that's a reasonable position to be in. Next, pro-death penalty. Yes, I am pro-death penalty and pro-abortion. Very consistent. Some motherfuckers don't deserve to live. Some motherfuckers gotta go. Some motherfuckers don't need to be here. Very consistent. Following to the next point, secure border. Again, some motherfuckers don't need to be here. I am very American first. The American citizens need to be prioritized. We need to make sure that we have health care, housing, basic needs, and then we can start taking people in. We can start helping other countries, right? So I think that some of the stuff going on now, like, I don't know if I would overturn the 14th Amendment. I think some of the stuff Trump's doing is a bit aggressive for my liking, but I don't think having a secure border is unreasonable. So, totally fine with that in principle. Some of the stuff Trump's doing, a bit extreme for me. I have kind of an idea where when you come in, you have to have identification. We know what you're coming into the country for. We know where you're going to be. And if you do break the law, you got to fuck off. I'm sorry, but when you're in someone's house and you don't live there, you're a guest, and guests can be kicked out as soon as they can be let in. So again, all that seems to be within reason. Now, continuing on. Harsh penalty for companies that hire undocumented or outsource. See, again, you're going to find all my views are consistent, right? So I don't blame people for coming into the country illegally, hopping the border. They're doing it because they want a better way of life. They're also doing it because there is a market for them by greedy fucking corporations who would rather hire someone that they can exploit for low labor costs, not paying for health benefits. So before you blame the undocumented workers, the illegal immigrants, blame the corporations, the private farmers, blame them that are hiring them. They could hire Americans. They don't. They're greedy. They're cheap. They'd rather pay low labor cost. Okay. So blame them. Fuck them. The rich are the problem. They're always the problem. They exploit. They need to be fucking gone. Anyway, continuing on. Decriminalize all victimless crimes. If you have not physically harmed somebody, if you did not rob somebody, you should not be in jail. You should not be in prison. There should be actually no penalty. Anything that you do to yourself, if you do drugs, if you do any kind of self-harm, that sucks. You shouldn't do that, but you're doing it. We shouldn't waste money putting you in a jail. I'm fine with, I think money should go to rehab, helping people get off of drug addiction. That makes more sense than putting them in a fucking jail behind bars. That's pretty retarded. That never helped anybody get off drugs. So next on, universal health care. I rant about universal health care constantly. Probably one of my biggest things. We are the most wealthy country in the world. The fact that health care is not a guarantee for citizens is retarded. That is a very basic level of living standard. No reason that being an American citizen, health care isn't automatically a guarantee. That should be a given. Universal income, right? So these big corporate tech oligarchs, which the right used to hate, by the way, but ever since Elon is dick-sucking everybody, that now the right loves Elon and loves the tech bros and loves Mark Zuckerberg. But all these cocksuckers are creating AI that's going to put a bunch of people out of work, going to put truckers out of work with automated semi-driving. So if you're going to put a bunch of Americans out of work and there's not going to be jobs for them to fill, they need to be taken care of. Therefore, there needs to be some income that's guaranteed to support people so they're not fucking homeless, right? So there should be no homeless American citizens in a country where somebody has $500 billion at their disposal. Again, that's retarded. Continuing on, base level of housing for all. Again, see how all these things, they line up perfectly. Chef's kiss, right? So if you're an American citizen in a country with people that have more money than they could ever imaginably spend or know what to do with, there should be no homeless person. Definitely no homeless veterans. That's absolutely despicable. There should be no cutting of funding towards them. They should be the first to receive all of these benefits, even before the rest of us. They have put their lives on the line for this country. So there should be no homeless veterans. Veterans should, live a pretty comfortable life as far as I'm concerned. Whoo, we're going. Cut all aid, military funding to other countries. If you can't afford your own military, you can fuck off. It's not my responsibility. You don't deserve to be a country, Ukraine, Israel, whoever. If you can't afford to support yourself, sorry, you're not a sovereign nation. Fuck off. Get the fuck out of here. No foreign intervention unless we are attacked or have intel that we will be attacked. Again, we should continue having a strong military. We should continue training our military. We should be war ready to when it comes, you're fucked if you cross us. But we shouldn't be stationed all over the planet. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of responsibility. We are not responsible for being the police of other countries that are not our own. Strong military again. Yes, we should keep having a strong military, blah, 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 blah. And I'm even for 2 years of required military or civil service. Yes, if we're going to have health care and universal income and universal housing, if we're providing a great way of life for our American citizens should share in that responsibility any way they can. Now, I don't think that the required military service should put them in a war zone. I think that maybe like they're in a boot camp, they're being trained and ready to be soldiers when we need them, but they're not going into a war zone just by their volunteer work time. And that's it. I'm cooking my steak. Got to flip this bad boy. And I think we're good there. Holy shit.